create, relate, erase the hate. Our memories, these things we make, each stitch we take our time, we take each word, we make them rhyme. We on, we all, these flaws we fraud. 2 men dissolve to walk the dog. We tune, we zoom, the room, the loom, the birds, the boughs, the stars, the moon.
Hi everyone, welcome to Stitchin' It. My name is Stephanie and this channel is all about cross stitch and now some diamond painting too. So this is going to be my 8th and final update of the year 2020. I don't even want to start describing what 2020 has been like for me or for you, but it has been really strange. And now that we're at the end of it and looking back on it, I can definitely say that, you know, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's gone by, you know, pretty quickly, and we've stayed busy, and normal life, you know, is going on despite the pandemic. So, I've had more time with my family this year, and I've had more time to think about what's really important and what really matters. And that kind of has influenced my plans this year. So I hope that you guys will enjoy this sort of recap of the year and looking forward to planning for 2021. So it was a big surprise for me that I started diamond painting this year. I picked it up in October and sort of tested it out and tried it out until, you know, the end of the year, and now I can kind of confirm and make you know, I made the decision that it's here as sort of to stay. You know, it's kind of a new hobby. I really enjoy it. I realized very quickly that it is a separate hobby from cross stitch. It's not just you know, it has different supplies and different things like that, you know, and time requirements too. So this year I'm looking to sort of balance out those two hobbies together. And so if you're here because of diamond painting, welcome. And if you're here because of cross stitch, definitely, you know, that is definitely, you know, near to my heart, and I'm not giving it up. I've got some plans, but it's just such a different animal than diamond painting. And one of the things that diamond painting is nice about is that, you know, it does actually go really quickly, and you know, compared to stitching, so you can get more done in a shorter amount of time, and especially since I've been having the help of my daughter, well, both of my daughters, and I'm hoping that I can get my stepdaughters involved too, and at some time this year. You know, when you have help with something, obviously it goes a little bit more quicker and just feels a little more fun. So anyway, that was a long introduction, but this year I was looking back at what I had completed, and I realized that I completed 9 cross stitches. And that number, you know, like I said, it wasn't a double-digit number, so it kind of disappointed me at first, you know, that I only finished 9 projects this year, because last year, I don't know, it was like 14 or 15, I think. You'll have to go back and look. In fact, I'll put a link to both of my last year and the year before, end of the year, beginning of the year videos, you know, plan videos, that sort of thing. I'll put a link up there in the corner, so you can check those out, because I've watched them over, and since I watched them, you know, I was like, it was kind of embarrassing, of course, you know, it's just weird to watch yourself year after year, basically, and make these big plans for the year, what I want to stitch, what I'm going to do, and then realize how many of them I didn't get to. And that's a little frustrating, but you know, I'm an analytical person, I think. So I've been, like I said, looking at those videos and thinking about what I did and why I didn't do things, and etc., etc. So this year I've decided that instead of planning for the year or just saying what I'm going to do for the year, I'm going to break it down into smaller chunks, and I'm going to plan for 3 months out of the year. So this video is just basically going to be about the first 3 months of the year, and I thought that would be better, because if I have a habit of not sticking to my goals by the end of the year, if I can break it down into 3 months, then if I accomplish those by the end of March, then we'll move on to April, May, and June. And then after that, the next quarter. And this was actually inspired by a planner that I had gotten last year called the Legend Planner. And they have more than one item in the series. I don't know too much about it. But this particular planner is a 3-month planner. And you're really, and it takes, it's not a stitching planner or anything, but and you fill it in, but it's all based around these 3-month goals that you're trying to accomplish. And then at the end of the 3 months, you would evaluate where you've come from, where you've been at, and then etc. You have to get a new planner. Although it is fill in your own date, so if you don't use it for a little while, you can start using it again and just start filling it in. And so it's actually a nice plan. I'll show you a little bit more about that, and I'll try to link that below. I haven't checked. I did get it off Amazon, but it was last year, so I don't know if it's still available or what. I haven't checked that yet. But anyway, I'm going to put a picture up of the cross stitch finishes that I had from last year, and I've showed them in my YouTube videos before, so you've seen them if you've had a chance to see my Flosstube updates. But I'm really proud of what I accomplished, and I stitched on a lot more pieces than that. I mean, I have, if you don't know, I have about 50 whips right now, and I'm not going to do a whip parade at the end of the year. I think I'll wait until further on in the spring, maybe, at the end of the 3 months that I'm working on right now. That would be a good thing to do, a whip parade. But what I realize also is that a lot of the stuff that I finished, a lot of stuff that I finished, I started in the same year, 2020. I didn't do a whole lot from previous years. And so I'm really starting to try to limit myself on starts. In fact, I'm not planning any starts during this time period because I know they'll happen anyway. And I want to be open to, especially, there's a couple designers that I know are going to release things, and especially when March rolls around to the needlework market, I know there's going to be stuff that I'm going to want to stitch. So I'm not planning any stuff right now, but I'm still going to be open to those things. You know what I mean? So, but there are some sales that are going on that I want to do, and I just realized my battery is running out, so I'm going to have to try to speed this up. So let's get into the stitching. The first piece that I'm going to be working on is by the Primitive Hare, and I have never done a Primitive Hare before, and she just released the first in her series of Women Who Changed the World. That's the theme, and this first one featured Harriet Tubman, and Minnie Gray just started a sale for it on December 26th, and so I'm going to be working on this project. I already started it. I couldn't help it, but I'd like to finish it in February. That's why I did start it. I'll put a picture of the pattern up there, and then I'll show you my progress. It's on 40 count Prairie Dust from Color and Cotton, which was a fabric of the month. And let me just, like I said, it's 40 count, so zoom in a little bit so you can see the details. There's not going to be any back stitching, so that's and it's clearly taken from an old photograph, so it's a little bit I don't want to say blurry, but if it's taken from an 1800s photograph, it's not going to be that clear. And it has a really nice quote on it. Like I said, I want to finish it by February, so I've got a good start on that. And I will be posting to that Sal on Instagram for that one. So I only have one other cross stitch project that I'm going to plan to do this quarter, okay? Because it's a big one, just like most of my projects are. They tend to be larger. Oh, let me show you this bag that it's in. Misty sent me this bag, and it's so sweet. It says hug on it, if you can't tell. And so I just thought it was, you know, whenever I am feeling a little down or just need encouragement, I pick up my little hug from Misty. So anyway, I put my project in here. So my church is a Methodist church. I don't know if it matters, but the church that I go to, and I haven't even been all pandemic since it shut down. We have not been, okay? And they have really helped us, you know, this year, you know, and they've always been there, you know. For me, I was married there, you know, my kids have begun to preschool there, you know. I grew up there, you know. This was still the area that I grew up in, and my parents drove, even they moved away and drove to this church for a while, you know, and it's a big part of my life, you know. So I really decided that this year is their 210th birthday. 2021 is the 210th birthday, or the anniversary. So I want to do something very special for them, a cross stitch. I don't think anybody from the church is going to be watching this video, so it's no big deal. And I don't want it to be a complete surprise either. But their homecoming is in September. So it would be nice to present this cross stitch in September when they have homecoming. So this is called Disturb Us Lord by My Big Toe Designs, and I originally saw it, Lori of Mischievous Stitches had started it I guess it was last year, I'm not sure, I can't remember. Anyway, that's where I first saw it, and I knew that My Big Toe Designs had an Etsy store and that they were selling PDFs, and so I was able to get it as a PDF. It went into Pattern Keeper without any problem, and yeah, that's the one I want to do for them, okay? Disturb Us, Lord is the prayer of Sarah Frances Drake, okay? I'm not going to read it, but I'm going to show it on the screen for a minute, okay? Now, what really got me going on this piece was seeing Diane from, I think you would pronounce it Mondot Stitches, on Instagram. She just finished it, and she did the majority of it, it looks like, in December. So she completed it pretty quickly. Now, I've decided I want to do it on 40 count, okay? And I'm stitching it in hand, and it's going pretty well so far, but it's kind of a scary thing. You know, it is, you know, stitching on 40 count, whatever. But I've got to start on it, and I'm going to show it to you in a second. First, I wanted to tell you what I have planned to do, because it would be, like I said, it would be nice to give it to them in September. But since it's in Pattern Keeper, I know exactly how many total stitches and all the statistical information. So Disturb Us is 32,712 stitches. So 1/3 of that, because we're working, if I'm going to have it done in September, January to March, March to April, then, or March to May, and then June to September, you know, will be divided into thirds. So 1/3 of the 32,000 is 10,904 stitches. So that's basically 11,000 stitches that I'm aiming to complete this first quarter from January to March. So I divided that into 3, and that will leave my monthly goal of being 3,634 stitches. Okay? So that's my weekly goal, and that will average out, or that's the monthly goal. And then the weekly goal averages out to 908.67 stitches a week, which I'm rounding it up just for speed, or to make sure is 1,000 stitches a week is what I'm trying to accomplish for now, this quarter, 1,000 stitches a week, which averages out to like 150 stitches a day if I were stitching every day. But if I do 150 stitches, what's 150 times 6? 900. So 150, if I did that 6 days a week, that would be, so I probably need to do 175 a day, and then I can take a couple days off. But we'll see how I'm keeping up the pace. So like I said, I had a start. I'm using most of the called for gentle arts. I don't have them all yet, but they're on the way. And for this one, I told you I was using 40 count, but this is called Corn Husk from Color and Cotton. I'm in their fabric club, and I don't ever plan to leave it if I can help it. Believe me, that I love this fabric. I'm in the neutral club, and it's comes every month, and it's fantastic colors. I love it. Okay, so this is my start. It's almost 900 stitches. And it's a band sampler, and it's gorgeous. I mean, it's going to be so gorgeous, but it's going to be all this by September. So we're going to take it, like I said, 3 months at a time. It's going to be just through March. Try to do, what did I say, 3,600 stitches a month? Or was that the quarter? I don't remember. Okay. So that is my stitching plans for the first part of the year. Now, diamond painting. Like I said, I was just experimenting with it and seeing how it was going to work in my life for the last part of the year. And I decided that I did like it a lot. So I've got some in progress. I'm just going to be showing some shots, some pictures of what I'm doing. But let me look at my planner. I did decide that it would be easier because I am diamond painting mostly when I'm in the living room. Like my mother-in-law requires a lot of care, and when my husband's working, I do help look over her and get her things she needs, and sometimes sit with her, things like that, move her around, etc., etc., just anything she needs. And so where I'm set up for my diamond painting in the living room, I can see into her room and I can get there quickly. And with my stitching, I gotta mark off the pattern, I gotta put my needle back in place, I gotta fold my fabric. I don't want to be disturbed when I'm stitching. I don't want to be bothered really when I'm working on my stitching. But when I'm diamond painting, I don't mind just dropping it and going to do what I need to do. If anyone needs assistance, I'm available, and then I can just pick it up and go back to it when I get a chance. So it's been working out for multiple reasons. And I decided basically this year, if you want a gift, like people in my life, I was like, oh, they're getting a diamond painting. This is what it's going to be, So anyway, we've got, it's actually my husband's late wife's sister, okay? Her name's Doreen. She's got a birthday coming up in January, and she has a new apartment this year, and we were able to see it finally, and all of her whole apartment is basically decorated in these beautiful black women, okay? And it's like Oprah's dream team over there, okay? She has all these African American works of just prints and works of art of, you know, strong, beautiful black women. And I had this diamond painting. I'll show you a picture of the mock-up, because the diamond painting, of course, isn't really coming out like that. But this picture I ordered from AliExpress. I'll figure out the shop, but it's the same shop that I ordered my drills when I was kitting up my Heaven and Earth designs, okay? So I ordered a couple diamond paintings from the same shop. And so I had this one, and I think it would be fantastic for her apartment, you know. And so her birthday is January 16th. So I've started it. I'll show a picture where I'm at. But that's the first thing I'm planning to finish, is get that to her, you know, before January ends, really. So that's going to lead into February. And February is kind of interesting because it's Black History Month. And, you know, I'm not black, obviously, but I wanted to figure out ways this year specifically that I could celebrate and encourage black people in my life and stitch and diamond paint, you know, projects that are related to black people, you know, and more Afrocentric art, you know what I mean? So I've got my Harriet Tubman piece I'm going to be working on, but I've got a diamond painting, and I've got to show where I'm at on that one because I'm almost halfway. But it's based on a painting called The Gold of Africa by a Ukrainian artist. And of course this is from the same AliExpress shop. It's unlicensed art, but the diamond painting is coming out wonderful. And I really want to finish this one in February. So, and I'm going to put another picture. I've got another diamond painting coming, and it's on its way from China. And it's going to be a diamond painting of Obama, President Obama, surrounded by all these influential African American males. That, you know, I'll show the picture. Again, I don't know who made the artwork, but it's unlicensed, you know, art. I don't know how you feel about that. With diamond painting, you know, there are not that many choices, you know, yet the possibilities are endless because they can print any picture that they can get, you know. So I don't know exactly where I stand on the licensing issue, because I understand that it is a big issue. If you go on Facebook and any of the diamond painting groups, there are what people refer to as licensed police. And if you, oh, well, that's not licensed, you know, art, you know, I don't know. It's a difficult, because you never really know unless it's explicitly states, and the company that you are in a relationship, you never know whether or not they're licensing their art unless they explicitly state it. And then it's going to be more expensive that way too, and you're going to have less choices. Sorry about that, you guys. My battery cut out and I had to charge it, and I had some other stuff to do, but it's a couple hours later and I had a chance to sit down again. But anyway, so I do have one more project that I'm going to be working on during the month of March to finish in April, and that is a diamond art club called, it's a piece of art by Chuck Pinson, and it's called Strength Along the Journey. And my parents are actually having their 40th wedding anniversary in April. So of course I want to do something extra special for them, and this piece, I'll put a picture of it up, really reminds me of them because it shows this little white church that reminds me of our home church. You know, I'll show the pictures, and then there's this little couple that's like you can see walking to the church, and it just reminds me of my parents, you know, because like I already explained, they had gone to that church for so long, and that's the way I always will think of and imagine my parents, you know, as going to this little white church, you know. So I don't think they're gonna watch this, so it's still a surprise. But those are my plans for the first quarter. I didn't show, I realized when I was reviewing the footage between the breaks of filming that I did not tell you guys about that I'm planning to fix his eyes on the sparrow. My big cross stitch project I've been trying to work on for a couple years now, and I would like to finish it this year, but I have to frog the tree in the middle, and that's like a completely different task, because when I sit down to stitch in my chair, I want to actually stitch. I don't want to remove the stitches I've put in there, you know. So I have it next to me, it's ready to go, and I'm just going to have to spend some daily time at it, you know, and work on it till it's repaired, you know, until it's in a fit. But that's what I want to do. Another goal that I want to do for the first quarter is to make sure that that I fix his eyes on the sparrow and get it ready to finish, you know what I mean. So and then yeah, so those are my plans for the first quarter of the year. And I also wanted to tell you guys, no I didn't I don't want to tell you anything else. I felt like I've sat down and revealed too much already, you know, because it worries me as soon as I put out any kind of goals or plans, you know, once I say what I want to do, I suddenly don't want to do it anymore. So that's really been, I'm just listening. Free has her music up in her room right now, so I was listening to the music, you know. But everyone's home right now after the holidays, and it's been really nice, you know, and I'm getting a head start on my goals for next year and planning around that. So I'm glad you guys got a chance to stick around and watch, and I should be back soon with another video, but that's about it. I'm really enjoying seeing everybody's plans for 2021, because it is great that we can actually plan and be hopeful and you know, feel inspired again. You know, 2020 did not break us. It's not. In fact, it made us better. You know what I mean? So I've rambled on enough. And I'll see you guys in a few weeks. Bye.